Nairobi. You went to Kenya, and you were detained. Why don't you walk us through the story? First of all, why did you go there, and what happened?
Well, Sean, I went to Nairobi, to Kenya, in order to really investigate connections between Obama and this very leftist radical politician, Raila Odinga, who had signed these memorandums of understanding with Islam to advance Sharia law in Kenya if he became elected president, and then he didn't win the December 2007, just a few months ago, election. And Odinga started this wave of tribal violence, Luo tribe against the Kikuyu, the majority tribe, and Obama's Luo tribe. And Obama, since 2006, has been supporting Odinga. And I wanted to get more evidence and more documentation. And I've got documentary evidence that shows that Obama was in direct touch from his Senate office to Odinga and Odinga's campaign going back, starting in 2006 and then in 2007, and really sharing campaign strategies, even agreeing with Odinga that this radical strategy Odinga used to work with Muslims to virtually start a race war between the Kikuyu and the Luo to gain power. Obama went along with all that.
Whoa, I want to slow this down here. First of all, I want you to explain who Odinga is and explain exactly what he's been doing and the positions that he's taken and the connection to Obama.
Well, Odinga is a politician in Kenya whose father gets connected with Obama's father going back 40 years ago. And it's very important to understand that Odinga is Luo tribe and Obama is Luo tribe in Kenya, because Kenya is very tribally oriented. Now, Odinga was running for president in December 2007. That was when the election was held. And Obama, going back to 2006, took a Senate trip, Senate fact-finding trip, but he started appearing everywhere and started supporting Odinga to run.
And what year are we talking about here, Jerome?
This is the Kenyan presidential election. And this guy Odinga is a radical. He signed a memorandum of understanding with the radical Islamic forces in Kenya that he would expand Sharia law in Kenya if the Muslims voted for him. And that came out, it was validated, and Obama still supported Odinga, knowing that Odinga was appealing to the radical Muslims in Kenya. That was okay with Obama. And secondly, Odinga lost in December 2007, just a few months ago, Sean. Obama was in contact with Odinga almost daily from the New Hampshire primary by cell phone, calling Kenya.
How do you know this, Dr. Corsi?
This has been validated. It was validated. The BBC published that. I also validated it in Kenya. In Kenya, I interviewed a great number of politicians, government officials, party members of various different parties in Kenya. Obama was identified with this radical Odinga who supported Islam, signed a memorandum of understanding to expand Islam in Kenya. Obama knew that. That was made public in Kenya. I validated that it's true. And then when Odinga lost the election in December 2007, he started this tribal violence. He said, well, we had voter fraud, and the Luo supporters took to the streets, and they killed Kikuyu tribes members. There was also, because of this memorandum of understanding with Islam, there were something like 800 Christian churches destroyed or burned down, and Obama still supported Odinga. The radical Muslims, tribal violence.
And you have evidence of this?
I have evidence. I have emails. Sean, it's the first time anybody knows this. I've got emails from Obama's Senate office to Raila Odinga identifying Mark Lippert, who is one of Obama's top aides, as the contact. Obama says, for our security, we'll just communicate through Mark Lippert. And then the people from Odinga's tribe who now oppose him because of this memorandum of understanding with Islam and the tribal violence, I have probably 25 emails from Raila Odinga, including emails between Odinga and Obama to his Senate office. They were strategizing.
Now wait a minute. A guy that wants to bring Sharia law, this is acceptable to Barack Obama, and he's offering advice, and you're saying you have emails from Barack Obama's Senate office to the Odinga campaign advising him how to win the election. What does he say?
There's a whole campaign strategy as to how you organize. There's Obama to Odinga. Gives him documents. Here's how you organize your campaign. Here's how your campaign manager should work. Here's how your campaign finance should work. And then there's this document in Kenya for an Odinga campaign strategy, which says let's whip up the tribal animosity. Let's campaign against the Kikuyu. Let's use this Muslim force to win. And if we lose, let's claim voter fraud and let's cause violence. this document I can now validate is an original document. And the people I interviewed from Odinga's party, who have now left that party, tell me it was shared with Obama, and Obama knew about this document. Certainly, when the violence occurred, the tribal violence after Odinga lost in December 2007, when Odinga was publicly known in Kenya, that Odinga signed this agreement with the Islam forces, the radicals, Obama continued to support Odinga. It was public knowledge in Kenya, and Obama chose to overlook Odinga's connection with Islam and the tribal violence that Odinga used to gain power.
Well, let me ask you, how do you know the authenticity of these documents and these emails?
Well, I have them in my possession. I have the email.
I guess you can't tell me how you got them, but you have no doubt whatsoever that these came from Senator Barack Obama.
They're 100% certain, because I'm dealing with people who are very close to Odinga, because Odinga signed this agreement with Islam, because he created tribal violence to become prime minister. These people separated from Odinga, these Kenyans, and they took the documents with them, and they gave me copies of the documents.
When we have you on Hannity and Combs on Monday, we're really looking forward to seeing these documents, and then maybe somebody in the media might ask Barack Obama why he's advising a guy that wants to implement Sharia law in a political campaign. So
I'll bring the documents with me, Sean, and I'll give you copies.
All right, I'll look forward to that. We'll see you on Monday back in New York. Thanks for being with us. Jerome Corsi on the Sean Hannity Show, author of the New York Times bestseller, #1, Obama Nation. Thanks for being